Okay, we're going to talk about third intervals now. Third intervals are an important foundational item in your musical repertoire because they are the most important interval in music theory and harmony. A third interval is what major triads and minor triads, or major and minor chords, are built of. They're also the most used harmony. When you hear dual guitar leads, there's a melody, and then the harmony is usually a third above the melody or a third below in the same scale. And they're used in vocal harmonies all the time. It's the most common harmony. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice, just like you practice triplets on the major and minor scale, I want you to practice third intervals. And they're kind of related. The number 3 is involved. We're going to take the C major scale. Because we've been playing in A, let's switch keys, and we'll do the C major scale. Okay, starting on C, on the 8th fret, 6th string. Okay, so if you're going to take each note of the scale and play its third interval, that's the idea. And remember, an interval is the space between two notes. So to figure out what the third is of any note in a scale, you play the note, including that note, you count 3, just like a triplet. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so C's third interval is this note, which is E. Okay? So C's third interval is E. So you're going to play third intervals for each note in the scale. We can use the analogy of the staircase again. If the first note of the scale is the first step on the staircase, you're gonna be on the first step and skip up to the third step. That's the third interval. So you think first, third. Now you got to go back a step to the second step to play the next third interval from the second step. So you got to constantly think first, third, back one, first, third, back one, back one, back one, and so on. And then you go backwards. Okay, let me do that again slowly. Now the sound of this is as important as the pattern, because your ears will actually teach you when you're right and wrong on most scales, chords, exercises. And you should not only remember the geometric shape or the form or the pattern, but listen to everything. Listen to every chord, listen to every scale. Very important to think of scales and chords in terms of a sound. They were designed and created because they provoked a certain image or feeling. So we take the third interval backwards in the key of C. And that's the C major scale in third intervals. Okay, now we're going to play the minor scale in third intervals. Let's do it in the key of G minor. Okay, I want to show you a few licks using the minor pentatonic in major keys and also in minor keys. If a song is in the key of E major, you could use the minor pentatonic pattern right here, or the major pentatonic pattern, which is right here. So, using triplets, you can do something like, which is a little fast. I'll slow it down. Remember what triplets are. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And you'll end on the E, which is a nice home bass if you're in the key of E. like that. Okay, let's do another lick in E major pentatonic using the minor pentatonic pattern. One more time. And those are a few licks. Again, with licks, I would pick out your favorite solos and try and figure out by ear the solos. Just take, one phrase, 2, 3, 4 notes, and pick out a couple of those a week that you really like, and learn them by ear, and these become your tools that you put in your toolbox. Okay, this is the jam-along section of Lesson 2. It uses an A minor chord, bar chord. We're going to use bar chords. Then a G major, F major, and then an E, which actually sounds best if you make it an E7, which would be just lift up your third finger from a basic E major first position chord. So instead of this, just do this. And then it would be A minor, C, D minor, and then E. Okay? So this is the jam-along for Lesson 2 in the key of A minor. You can play along with the rhythm, which I recommend, but also use some of the licks that I just showed you using the A minor scale. And just come up with your own and have a good time with it. 1, 2, 3, 4.